Physics Class 11 Chapter 5 Laws of Motion. In the last class we have studied friction. Today we shall study circular motion. Acceleration of a body moving in a circle of radius r and uniform speed v is ac is equal to v square by r. It is directed towards the center. In chapter 4 we have studied uniform circular motion. In that we have derived the formula for centripetal acceleration. It is given by ac is equal to v square by r, where v is the uniform speed at which the object is moving in a circular path and r is the radius of the circular path. Okay, and this is the acceleration given by any object which is moving in a circle of radius r with speed v. And this is always directed towards the center, so we call it as a centripetal acceleration. By second law of motion, the force providing this acceleration is F is equal to ma. Now by second law of motion, the force which gives or provides this acceleration will be given by F is equal to ma. This is I have written from the second law. Now this is because of the centripetal acceleration, the force also will be sent towards the center, so we call it as a centripetal force. So this F can be written as F of c. M is as it is and A will be centripetal acceleration given by this formula, so v square by r I am writing from here. So F is equal to mv square by r, call it equation 1, where m is equal to mass of the body. This force Fc is directed towards the center is called centripetal force. So as I said, this force is called your centripetal force. So remember the formula, Fc is equal to mv square by r. This is a centripetal force. Let us take example of centripetal force. Stone rotated by a string. The centripetal force is tension in the string. Now suppose you are tying a stone to a string and you are rotating it. Then you can rotate it in a circle. Why? Because there is a centripetal force and that is a tension in the string. Centripetal force for the motion of the planets around the sun is the gravitational force on the planets due to the sun. Now we know that the planets are moving in a circular motion around the sun, so there should be also some centripetal force. That is why the planets are doing the circular motion. That force is nothing but the gravitational force. So gravitational force provides the centripetal force for the motion of the planets around the sun. For a car taking a circular turn on a horizontal road, the centripetal force is a force of friction. Now we are going to study that if a car is taking a circular turn on a horizontal road, then there will be also centripetal force, otherwise the car cannot take a turn, and that force is nothing but the force of friction. Okay, we have got to study this friction force, this centripetal force in two ways. One is on a level road and other one is on a bent road. Okay, so this is my road which is a level and there is a circular curve. Okay, so this is the radius of the circular path, okay, or circular road. Center and radius I take as a. Centripetal force we gave before at this formula, v square by r, so that is towards the center is equal to v square by r, and this is the vehicle on the road. Okay, so there is a friction force between the tire and the road that is providing the required centripetal force, and that is your friction force. Okay, now on this vehicle or a car there are another two forces other than friction force are. One is the normal force which is upward and downward because of the mass of the vehicle, that is mg. Okay, so I have written this over here. Three forces act on a car or vehicle. Number one, the weight of the car, mg, vertically downwards. Okay, this is shown by this side. Number two, normal reaction and vertically upward, given by this side, normal. And three, friction force F of s, okay, or Fs. So this is the friction force. As there is no acceleration in vertical direction, n minus mg equal to 0. Now we know that there is no vertical acceleration, right? The car is moving on the road horizontal, but neither upward nor diagonal. That means these two forces are balancing each other, or you can say the net force of these will be 0. So we have written here n minus mg equal to 0. mg, if you transfer over here, get n equal to mg, call this equation 2. The centripetal force required for circular motion is along the surface of the road N is provided by the component of contact force between rod and car tires along the surface. This is frictional force Fs. Now already we say that the centripetal force is given by the friction force. Okay, so here we are just writing this by the definition of friction force. Okay, so here F of S is a static friction and we'll use that. Okay, it opposes the impending motion of the car moving away from the circle. Here the friction force will allow the car to move in a circle. Okay, it will allow the move in the circle and not allow the car to move away. Okay, otherwise if there is no friction, then the car will move away and then it will cause accident. So because of this friction, it will allow the car to move in the circle. So we shall find the velocity at which the car should move. Fs is less than equal to mu s n. Okay, this formula I have given in the last class, that Fs is less than equal to mu s n. Now Fs will be the centripetal force, and centripetal force from equation 1 it is mv square by r. Okay, so we write here mv square by r, that is my centripetal force, given it is provided here in our case by a friction force, less than equal to mu s and n value from equation 2 you can write mg. Okay, so put here mg. I have written here from 1 fc equal to fs, that is centripetal force equal to friction force, and from 2 n equal to mg, that value what we have put. Now v square keep here, r transfer over here, it will go in your numerator, mu transfer it will go in the denominator. Here mu s and m remains and g also remains as it is. Now mm you can cut, so what you get is v square is less than equal to mu s gr. Okay, so you can see in this formula there is no m is not appearing, that means this velocity is free of the mass of the vehicle. For safe turning, v maximum equal to under the square root of mu s gr, just taking the square root of this. But for the safe turning, the maximum speed can have for a vehicle equal to square root of mu s gr. Okay, r is the radius of the path, g is the gravitational force, acceleration due to gravity, and mu s is the coefficient of static friction. Now next we have got the motion of a car on a banked road. Now what do you mean by banked road? Okay, now see, this is a circular road, right? In this circular road, the outer part, this outer part or outer side is little raised up compared to the inner curve of the circular part, that we call it as the banking of the road. Okay, this part is raised up little more than the inner part. Okay, that is called the banking of the road. Now here see, this is the outer part which is little higher and this is the inner part, so it is raised at angle theta. This is the vehicle on the path. Now I have given the force. One is the normal force, that is normal to this surface, that is upward. Okay, and if this angle is theta, then this angle also will be theta, and n I have resolved into two components. One is this one vertical and cos theta from this theta, and one is horizontal, that is n sin theta. Now because of the mass of the vehicle, it will be downward. Okay, that is this mg. Now there is a friction force between the tire and the surface of the road, right? And that is given towards the center, so it is towards this side. If this angle is theta, this angle is also theta. So F also resolved into two components. One is F cos theta and one is F sin theta. Okay, so these only the forces I have drawn over here. So this is with the vehicle on the road I have drawn, and these are only the forces. Okay, so this is a friction force F, this angle is theta, and this F is resolved into two components. One is this horizontal F cos theta for F, and one is vertical F sin theta, and this mg is downward because of the mass of the vehicle. Okay, and this is a normal force. Okay, this normal force I have drawn here. If this angle is theta, this angle also is theta. So this normal force also resolved into two components. One is n cos theta and one is n sin theta. Now these two will be adding together, F cos theta and n sin theta. They will provide the centripetal force. Okay, and this is the upward force n cos theta, and this is a downward F sin theta mg. Now they will be equating each other. Why? Because we know that there is no acceleration towards the vertical direction, right? In vertical there is no acceleration, therefore these two or this total of these three will be zero, or you can say that this will be balanced by this force. Okay, and centripetal force will be given by the sum of these. The one is a component of F, that is this one F sin cos theta, and one component of the n, that is n sin theta. Okay, so this will give you the centripetal force. Banking of road means at a turning of road as compared to the inner part of the circular road, the outer part is raised slightly. Okay, that is what I was telling you over here. Okay, that this part is little raised above. Okay, so this part you raise, that means you call that as a banking, and this is raised compared to the lower part. Okay, the inner part, that you called as a banking of the road. Okay, just first I have given the meaning of banking of the road. And why we have to do this? To reduce the contribution of friction to the circular motion of the car. The road is bent, and we are doing this because only to reduce the contribution of friction. And why to reduce the friction? Because if there is only we depend on the friction for the centripetal force, then there will be lot of wear and tear of the tire of the vehicle. Okay, that is another reason, that to reduce that friction we bang the road. No acceleration along vertical direction. Okay, I was telling you that there is no vertical acceleration. Okay, no vertical acceleration, right? So therefore the net force along this direction is 0. Okay, now here the vertical direction, n cos theta equal to f sin theta plus mg, or you can say n cos theta plus f sin theta plus mg equal to 0. Okay, so that means these two are going to equate each other. Okay, n cos theta equal to sum of these two, this equal to this. If this equal to these two sum, that means there is no vertical acceleration. Okay, in this figure we can see this mg and this f sin theta, they will be combined together, and this is n cos theta. So I have written here directly here, n cos theta equal to mg sin theta. This f sin theta I am transferring over here. So here n cos theta minus f sin theta equal to mg, call it equation number 3. The centripetal force is provided by horizontal components of n and f. Okay, I was telling you before. The horizontal component of n horizontal component is this, n sin theta. And for f, the horizontal component is f cos theta. Okay, in this figure here and in this figure, these are the n sin theta plus f cos theta. They will provide centripetal force, and centripetal force is given by this formula. Fc is equal to mv square by r. So I can write here n sin theta plus f cos theta equal to mv square by r. Okay, this is a centripetal force, and it is given by the combination of these two forces, the horizontal component of n and vertical both the horizontal component of n and f. Okay, so that is what I have written here, horizontal component of n and f. So n sin theta plus f cos theta equal to mv square by r, call it equation number 4. Now divide equation 4 by equation 3. So divide 4 by 3. So left hand side and right hand side separately will divide. Okay. So let us divide. First I'll write this, n sin theta plus f cos theta. Divide by this side, n cos theta minus f sin theta equal to now right hand side. This one first, mv square by r divide by mg. Right. So cut. So what you get here is v square divide by rg. Now we know that f is less than equal to mu s, and this f is a static friction. Okay, fs equal less than equal to mu s n. Since I have used here f, writing only f here. Okay, for v maximum put f is equal to mu s n. So for v maximum, the maximum safe turning. Okay, for safe turning the maximum velocity, for that put f is equal to mu s n. So I put here value of f as mu s n. So n sin theta plus instead of f mu s n cos theta divide by n cos theta minus instead of f mu s n sin theta equal to here v square by rg. From both numerator and denominator take n common and cancel. Okay, n taken, and here remains sin theta plus mu s cos theta divide by cos theta minus mu s sin theta equal to this v square by rg as it is. Now divide right hand side, here should be left hand side. Okay, this side, divide left hand side each term by cos theta. Let me correct this. It should be left hand side. Okay, so let us correct this. So in this left hand side I'll divide by cos theta. Okay, so this n cut, so sin by cos gives you tan theta plus mu s divide cos theta divide by cos theta, so cos theta will cut, you get here mu s. This n is already cut, cos theta by cos theta gives you 1 minus mu s sin by cos will give you tan theta, right? Sin by cos is tan, we know that, and this side is v square by rg. Now make v square as a subject and rg you transfer over here. So v square is equal to this, rg will go here, rg, this I am writing mu s first and tan theta later. So mu s plus tan theta divide by 1 minus mu s tan theta. Okay, that 1 minus mu s tan theta as it is. So this is v square is equal to rg mu s plus tan theta 1 minus mu s tan theta. take a square root on both the side and call this as a maximum speed. Okay, so V maximum is equal to Rg mu s plus tan theta divided by 1 minus mu s tan theta power 1 by 2. Okay, so this is the, for the safe turning, the maximum speed should be Rg mu s plus tan theta divided by 1 minus mu s tan theta whole power 1 by 2 or under the square root. Now for mu s equal to 0, that means the coefficient of static friction is 0, that is mu s equal to 0. So V maximum equal to Rg mu s 0, so 0 plus tan theta divided by 1 minus mu s is 0, so 0 into tan theta gives you 0, so 1 minus 0 power 1 by 2. So you can get 0 plus tan theta gives you tan theta and 1 minus 0 is 1. So you can write this as a Rg tan theta power 1 by 2. So at this speed, friction force is not needed at all to provide the necessary centripetal force. Okay, so we know that mu s gives you the friction force. So if you mu s you are taking as 0, that means there is no more, we are not considering friction force at all. Okay, V naught, and this we call it as a V naught equal to Rg tan theta power 1 by 2. Driving with this speed on a banked road will cause little wear and tear of her tires. So if there is friction is less or friction is made 0, then you say that the wear and tear of the tires will be very little. For V less than V naught, frictional force be up the slope, and that a car can be parked only if tan theta is less than equal to mu s. Okay, so if the velocity is less than V naught, that is less than this value, okay, then the friction force be up the slope, and that a car can be parked only if tan theta is less than equal to mu s. Next we have example 5.10. A cyclist speeding at 18 km per hour on a level road takes a sharp circular turn of a radius 3 meter without reducing the speed. The coefficient of static friction between the tires and the road is 0.1. Will the cyclist slip while taking the turn? So what is given to us? I am just writing the data. For example 5.10, speed of cyclist V is equal to 10 km per hour. Okay, convert first into meter per second. To convert this kilometer per hour, multiply by 5 by 18. Okay, this value multiply by 5 by 18. So 18 cut, so you get the velocity of the cyclist will be 5 meter per second. The radius of the circular turn R is given to us 3 meter. Then coefficient of static friction is given to you mu s equal to 0.1. Okay, now we know for this they have given us the level road. Okay, the road is not banked. For that we have found the formula this much. V is equal to mu s gr. Okay, so this is the formula. Now I will write that formula. V square maximum equal to mu s gr. Okay, mu s value is given 0.1 into g, acceleration due to gravity is 9.8, into radius is given to us 3. Multiply, you get 2.94 meter square second square. Why? Because it is a square. Now the condition for cyclist not to slip is V square less than equal to V square maximum. This value of velocity with which the cyclist is moving should be less than this value. Okay, that should be the condition. Now we have speed of the cyclist is V equal to 5. So V square is equal to 5 square equal to 25 meter square per second square, right? So this is 25 and this is 2.94. okay, you can see that this is very small than compared to this. The condition should be this should be smaller than this, then only he will be able to drive safely, right, or ride the bicycle safely. But you can see here it is 25, which is very higher or more than 2.94. so there is a very much chance of there is a chance of a cyclist to fall. Okay, so I have written here 25 is greater than 2.94, that is V square is greater than V square maximum. It should be this much. Okay, this should be either less than this 2.94 or it should be less than or equal to, but here it is greater than that. That means the condition is not obeyed, therefore cyclist will slip while taking circular turn or fall while taking the circular turn. Example 5.11. A circular racetrack of radius 300 meter is banked at an angle of 15 degree. If the coefficient of friction between the wheels of a race car and the road is 0.2, what is the number A? optimum speed of the race car to avoid wear and tear on its tires, and number B, maximum permissible speed to avoid slipping. First, I write the data which are given in example 5.11. Radius of a circular racetrack is given to you 300 meter, call it as R. Banking of the road at angle theta given as 15 degree. Coefficient of friction mu s equal to 0.2. Now part A is optimum speed of a race car. At the optimal speed, the normal reactions component is enough to provide the needed centripetal force. So for this optimal speed, we require only the normal reactions component. That means therefore optimal speed V0 is given as Rg tan theta power 1 by 2. Okay, this is the one. V0 equal to Rg tan theta power 1 by 2. Okay, we already proved that. So I use this value equal to, R value is 300 into G is acceleration due to gravity, that is 9.8 into tan theta is given to us 15 degree. So you put here 15 degree to the power whole power 1 by 2. This product is 2940 into tan 15 value is 0.27. Okay, this we have done previous example also. So power 1 by 2. Okay, so from there I am directly writing tan 15 equal to 0.27. Multiply this, you get 793.8 power 1 by 2. Find the square root, you find it as a 28.174 meter per second. That means for the first part we have found the optimal speed V0 should be 28.2 meter per second. Okay, so that is the first part. Then the second part, they have asked us the maximum permissible speed V maximum. The formula just we proved before, V maximum is equal to Rg mu s plus tan theta divided by 1 minus mu s tan theta power 1 by 2. Okay, this formula which we have already proved. So I am using that formula. So V maximum equal to, R value is 300 given to us. Okay, the radius of the track 300 and G is the acceleration due to gravity 9.8. Mu s value also given to us 0.2. Okay, so I put here 0.2 plus tan theta is given to us 15 degree. Okay, so put the value 15 degree. Divide by 1 minus mu s is 0.2. Tan theta is 15 to the power 1 by 2, whole power 1 by 2. This product already we have done. 2940 into 0.2 plus tan 15 is 0.27. 1 minus 0.2 into tan 15 is 0.27 to the power whole power 1 by 2. 2940 as it is into, add this together, you get 0.47. 1 minus this product is 0.054 to whole power 1 by 2 equal to, now I am multiplying this to this product is 1381.8 and this difference is 0.946 to the power 1 by 2. Okay, find the division, it gives you 1460.676 to the power 1 by 2. If you find the square root, this is 1 by 2 power means square root power. If you find the square root, the value of this is 38.21 meter per second. This is velocity, so or you can say it is velocity, so it is meter per second. So therefore maximum permissible speed to avoid slipping or the accident or cause any harm, V maximum should be 38.2 meter per second. Okay, just I am rounding off this and neglecting this, so 38.2 meter per second. Right, so that is the solution for example 5.8. We'll keep this much for today. Thank you.